Hello everyone and welcome to the webinar. My name is Susie Lee and I serve as the Director of Strategic Initiatives. If you're not familiar with Forefront, we're the only statewide association in the U.S. that represents both grant makers and nonprofits as well as their advisors and allies. Our mission is to build a vibrant social impact sector for all the people of Illinois. We do this by providing education, advocacy, and research, and by mobilizing our members around campaigns that advance the sector, like ILGive. Before we dive into today's content, I want to take care of a couple of housekeeping notes. Everyone's phone lines are muted to keep the background noise to a minimum. However, we do welcome questions. So please take a moment now to locate the chat box. Mine is on the lower left corner of my screen. Please type any questions you have there and we'll be sure to address those at the end of the presentation. We are recording this webinar and we'll share the link with you afterward in case you'd like to review the presentation or share it with colleagues that weren't able to participate at this time. And without further ado, I'll transfer it over to our wonderful partners at GiveGab, Bridgette.
Thanks so much, Susie, and thank you everyone for attending this webinar today. My name is Bridgette and I am on the Customer Success team at GiveGab, your tech partner for ILGive, and we are so excited to be partnering with Forefront for another awesome Giving Tuesday campaign. I've been chatting with a lot of you on the chat bubble on ILGive.com and on GiveGab these past few days, and you're all building such amazing profiles that I'm so excited to start showing them off and talk about some best practices, because this really is one of my favorite webinars, because your profile is really where you can have so much fun and really highlight the great work you're doing to your supporters in a lot of different ways. Just a quick note before we jump into today's presentation from the GiveGab side. You may have noticed a little update in your GiveGab admin dashboard about attesting to your state charitable solicitation compliance. I know those words might sound a little scary, but it's really not. It's actually just to make sure that your organization is in good faith with the standards set by the state of Illinois and the Secretary of State, making sure that you are eligible to participate in this day and eligible to receive donations in the state of Illinois. So all you have to do is check a box attesting that you've understood that you are verified to participate in good faith Secretary of State, and you'll be good to go for the day. So keep an eye out for that box. Make sure you check it off before the big event so that you're good to go. And then also donating to your ILGive profile for the big event so that every participating organization has been verified and is a reputable nonprofit in the state of Illinois. So with that, let's go over what we'll be chatting about today. First, we're going to go over some profile building basics, go through your ILGive Dashboard, GiveGab, through those different tabs, and how you can really customize those sections to engage with your supporters in a really fun and exciting. We'll go over how to tell a story through your ILGive profile and how to highlight donor impact through those donor levels, which can be really important in attracting new donors and getting people to understand why it's so important to donate to your cause. We'll also talk about how you can delight your donors throughout your ILGive profile and how they're thanked after they make a gift. One of my favorite parts of today's presentation is actually highlighting some of those ILGive All-Stars who've already completed their profiles and have some really great elements that I think we can all learn from. And if you do want to go browsing around through the active ILGive profiles, you can go ahead and go to ILGive.com and search the participating organizations to get some inspiration. I love doing that, and I love seeing all the different creative ways you're all customizing those profiles and getting your supporters excited to participate in ILGive this year on Giving Tuesday. And then of course we will have time at the end to answer any questions you have about building your profile or about ILGive or GiveGab in general. So with that, where do you actually start in preparing your perfect ILGive profile? I like to think of your ILGive profile as kind of like a dating profile. A lot of times it's the first way a donor is interacting with your organization, whether a peer-to-peer fundraiser shared that page with them, or if they searched for causes that they were interested in on ILGive.com. There are lots of different ways that they might stumble onto that page. So you want to make a good first impression. And to do that, you want to have a couple of different things. First, you're going to want to think about your goals. If you have not defined what your goals for ILGive 2017 are, this is definitely something really important, and it's probably the first step in your ILGive campaign. So thinking about what you want people to feel when they view your profile and what you want that main call to action to be. Because depending on your goal for ILGive, whether it's a dollar amount you're looking to raise, or maybe you have a little peer-to-peer fundraising competition going on and you're looking to see a higher number of donors instead of dollars, those are very different goals, and they do actually, you can move those goals along by utilizing different strategies. So if you've already set your goals, make sure to think about them before you start digging into your profile. So they're always in the back of your mind, and everything, I promise, if you do this, your strategy will be so much more consistent, and it'll be a lot easier for your supporters to follow through, whether you're sharing that goal out on social media, on your website, in an email. When they see that similar messaging and that similar content on your actual profile, they'll be able to quickly understand what you're trying to accomplish and how they can help you accomplish it. Next, of course, is to make sure that you have all of your visual assets, your cover photo, any photos you want to add to your story section or those donation levels. Maybe you have a video that you host on YouTube or Vimeo that you'd like to share and feature on your ILGive profile. Gathering all those things up before you dig in is going to make this process a whole lot easier. And then lastly, thinking about the story that you want to tell to your supporters on ILGive. Really making it clear how your supporters can make a difference and why it's so important for them to be a part of this movement on ILGive on Giving Tuesday. So to get started, you're going to want to log into your Giving Day dashboard on GiveGab. And to do that, you can head to ilgive.com or GiveGab and click that Login button. And that will automatically take you to your GiveGab admin dashboard. And before I move on, we have seen a lot of people request administrative access to their organization. Maybe you participated last year, and someone at your organization who ran the campaign last year maybe isn't there this year and you're not sure how to access that profile. Please let us know by using that little blue chat bubble in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen so that we can work with you to make sure that you get access in time to register for ILGive and participate in the big day. So if that's something you're experiencing, please let us know, and we're always happy to help get you set up. Once you are set up, you'll be taken to your ILGive dashboard. Hopefully this looks a little bit familiar to most of you, because this is where you're going to really customize that profile with all of those different elements that are going to really speak to your supporters and hopefully will tell a really unique and engaging story on ILGive. So in that first section, this is really the basics. This is where you're going to add your organization's logo, and this is really important because when people search for organizations on ILGive, that's one of the first things they'll see. So you want to make sure to add that logo, maybe a short tagline. This is optional, though encouraged. It can be, a summary of your mission statement, or maybe you have a very specific kind of campaign theme this year for Giving Tuesday in ILGive. You can put that in here. Just a fun way to kind of summarize all of that together. And again, that is all visible on that initial search. So before someone even visits your profile, this is kind of the first thing they'll see if they're searching generally on ilgive.com. Here's also where you can add your website. I love this because after someone donates to your organization, they do receive that automatic thank you message. And in that message actually includes a link to your website. So after someone's donated, they can actually click on that link to go to your website and learn about more ways to get involved. So if you do have a website or even a Facebook page or something that you actively use to connect with your supporters and updates, you're definitely going to include that here. And then of course, you also want to make sure to add those causes. And those causes really come into play, one, when people are searching generally for different causes that they're interested in. So I'm a general donor, I heard about ILGive, and I come to the site, and I don't know a lot about the organizations participating, but I love animals, and I really want to support an animal organization. I can search that way. So you want to select up to causes that best represent the work that you do. And another great thing about this feature is that after someone has already donated to an organization, based on the causes you select, that donor will actually be prompted to check out some other organizations after they've already donated, so they can see other organizations that speak to their passions and that align with that original cause that they already donated to. So this is a really important part of your profile and definitely the first step and the first impression that you're going to make when people visit your ILGive profile. And the next is obviously one of the most important parts, and that is your story, because this is what's going to connect with supporters in a lot of different ways, especially with this cover photo. This is pretty much the front and center big feature photo of your profile, so you really want to make it a good one. These are typically the standard dimensions of a Facebook cover photo, so if you have a Facebook page, you can use a photo that you use there. Or if you have something more specific to your ILGive campaign, that will work here as well. And if you don't have something within those dimensions, you can use tools like Canva to customize those dimensions and make it fit. Or you can use the cropper tool on GiveGab to zoom in and out and make sure that that photo looks exactly the way you want it to. Because again, it's one of the most prominent photos on your profile, so you really want it to stand out. And speaking of goals and wanting to kind of motivate your donors to help you achieve those goals, you can actually choose to display a specific monetary goal on your ILGive profile, and that will add that little progress bar you see on that profile there to move up, or won't move down, it'll just move up as you collect donations for ILGive. So if that's something that's really important, make sure you check that box and add a goal. And you can always keep that goal pretty low if you're not sure what you're actually going to raise. And then I like to always, if I set a low goal, then halfway through the day, if I've already achieved that goal, I can set a reach goal. And you can update this on the day to make sure that all your supporters know that, hey, we did it, or it's already noon and we've already raised $5,000, let's make it to 10 by midnight. You can update that goal and everyone will see your progress there. So it's a really fun way to motivate people and a great way to encourage them to help you achieve those goals. Next is the real meat of your profile, and this is where you can have the most fun, I think, because here's where you can add your story, photos, copy, all that good stuff that's really going to speak to your organization's mission, the story you're trying to tell, and how supporters can help you achieve your goals on ILGive. So you can see there's a lot of different options here. You can add text, you can copy it in. Just make sure that if you're copying it in from an editor like Word or something like that where the formatting is already set, that you either remove that formatting before you paste it in here, or you make sure that nothing crazy is going on so our editor won't make that profile look any differently. So check that out, and when you're in that formatting editor, you'll see there are a couple different options to really highlight different elements of your story. From custom formatting, which is where you can change the header size of different pieces of copy within your story. So this is really great if you have a big campaign theme. You might have a big header up at the top and then break it down into other paragraphs, highlighting different text sizes to let people know what should be emphasized in that story. Text highlighting is also a great way to do that. So maybe you're going to bold or underline or italicize certain sections so that, again, as someone's viewing your ILGive profile and they're kind of glancing at your page, they can still get the bulk of what you're trying to say without having to read your entire story from beginning to end if they don't have the time to do so. So utilizing those tools can be a great way to quickly capture the emotions of those supporters who are visiting your profile. You can also move content to the right, have a photo on the side and wrap your text around it. You can add different lists. I've seen lots of organizations have fun with this, maybe listing off all the different programs you have or different communities you serve. You can add bullets or numbers. You can also edit in full screen mode if you, are really focusing on this profile and want to see everything in the big screen. You can do that. You can upload images and crop them, rotate them, all of that good stuff to make them look exactly how you want them to. You can add links to your profile to link out to your website, your Facebook page, and you can actually link to text or images. So if you want to have maybe a little button on your profile that says follow us on Facebook, you can absolutely do that here. And then lastly, you can do some other things like add tables, insert lines to break up copy, which is, again, a great way to keep that flow of your profile going, especially if you have a lot of information, because it just makes it a lot easier to digest for your supporters, and that's really important on a Giving Day profile. And then lastly, if you have anyone that's super tech savvy or knows a little bit of HTML, there is an HTML editor all the way on the right-hand side of that toolbar. And there you'll be able to add some additional customizations and have a little fun with that editor if you have the team to do so. And once you've formatted that story, here's an example of what that looks like. So you have that header up at the top that really summarizes kind of the beginning of the story, and then it flows downward, wrapping around the photo. So I still have some great content. I can look at the photo, I can look at the header. I see that call to action at the bottom to donate, which all of your ILGive profiles will automatically have. And it's just a great way to engage, especially because, again, with giving days and with online giving really specifically, a lot of donors are making very quick decisions when they visit sites to donate on Giving Tuesday. They're not thinking it through like a major donor would, because that's more of a larger investment. They want to think about how they're investing their dollars, what you're going to actually do with them, and make sure that it's going to go towards something that they care about. Whereas smaller donors or online donors are kind of captured emotionally. They see something, they're motivated by it, and they immediately click the link, they follow through to look at your profile and see what it's all about. So it's really more like a decision where they're deciding on what restaurant to go to for dinner that night. It's a really quick decision, and you want to be able to capture their attentions really quickly. And good formatting, some photos, and direct calls to action are a great way to do that. So just some quick storytelling tips. We also have a training video on ILGive.com in that workshop section specifically on storytelling, and it goes into a lot more depth if you are interested in fleshing out this portion of your profile a little bit more. But just a quick overview, focusing on a specific person, community, or program that you serve can really connect with your supporters and let them know that there is a specific thing that you are aiming to achieve, and that there's a specific person that might be benefiting from your organization. And this can also be a hypothetical person or things you hope to do and hope to serve, but really connecting on a person-to-person level. Making it authentic and easy to understand. So of course you want to capture people's emotions and also make it that, that quick digestible information so they can get the gist of what's going on in your profile and how they can make a difference pretty quickly in this process. And then of course making sure to have clear calls to action so your donors know exactly how they can have a direct impact on your cause. So telling them to donate, or maybe you're focusing on a monthly recurring gift program, letting them know the benefits of that, making sure that they know exactly what they need to do so that this process is as easy as possible for them. And then a great way to do this is to actually highlight the joy of giving to your organization. Maybe feature some of your board members or donors talking about why they care so much about your cause and why they actually continue to support you financially. That can be really powerful. And just delighting your donors with the idea that they're participating in a wonderful day. It's Giving Tuesday, it's the ILGive movement, and by joining in and supporting your organization, they're so much bigger than themselves, and that in itself is a really awesome way to make them feel like the heroes that they are. So another way supporters know how they can have a direct impact at your organization is through those donation levels on your ILGive profile. I would absolutely recommend adding donation levels to your profile, and you can add as many as you'd like, though we do recommend about 4 to 5 as that looks the best on your ILGive profile and on a mobile device. So these donation levels are unique and customized calls to action that you can create and customize based on the needs of your organization. You can use them to highlight what something will actually buy. I love seeing really specific donation levels where it says, $15.10 buys, a textbook for a student. And what that does actually is maybe for some of those lower capacity donors who visited your profile, they came here, and they were only donating $15 but then they see these donation levels, and they see that for $15, I can actually buy a textbook that's going to help a real person. And when I can visualize that in my head, you can add photos here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be of the exact thing. I've seen stock photos, I've seen general photos, I've seen people create fun graphics in tools like Canva. There's so much you can do in this section to really have fun with your supporters, because that will actually motivate them to give a little bit more than maybe they intended, because they know that that gift is going to have a real tangible impact. And I'd rather give $15.10 if I know it's going to do something for a real person, because that has a much stronger connection to me personally. So you can continue to add all sorts of things. Maybe it's different membership levels that you already have at your organization, or again, those specific programs, how many people each dollar is able to help, how many communities you're able to serve. This is such a fun way to let your donors know how much their gift actually supports your organization. So I would absolutely recommend adding these if you have the time, if you have some ideas. And we do have a best practices article in our GiveGab Help Center about adding donation levels and some creative ideas that you can utilize to start brainstorming how you can highlight your donors' impact through this section. So here's an example of what those look like on your ILGive profile. So here you can see we have about 5 donation levels here, and that looks about the best. It fits perfectly within that section. And your donors will also always have that customize your own amount. So even if you set donation levels, that's requiring donors to only give specific amounts. It's just encouraging them, if they're interested, that those amounts are super helpful and really specific. So just some quick donation level tips. Think about personalizing your donation levels. So outside of the $25, $50, $100 box, since that's what donors are used to seeing, and that doesn't really motivate me to do anything, but thinking about how much an item costs or how much it costs to help one person, put on one program. All of those things are so individual donor, especially when someone's donating online and they're very motivated by those emotional calls to action. Adding photos to those donation levels is also a great way to help donors visualize that impact so they can see what that donation tangibly buys. Even if you're not utilizing the funds raised to buy those specific things, donors visualize what that gift actually does. Because while $15.10 might not seem like a lot, when someone knows that it does something real, they're much more likely to give. And then if you do have a story about a specific program or person or area, try to tie that in with your donation level, so keeping those consistent so that you can talk about, maybe if your whole story is focused on a really specific program, make all of those donations focused on different things you need to put that program on, how many people will attend the program, some fun things like that so that it's all very cohesive. And again, after donors read your story, they're motivated by those donation level, and it really does connect your entire ILGive campaign from the moment that donor clicks on a link from your website or an email or social media or searches for you on the site and follows through from beginning to end. You want that to be a really fantastic experience for them and for them to really feel proud of being a part of this movement and supporting your cause on Giving Tuesday. The next element of your ILGive profile is not something that donors will actually see on your profile, but it's something that they'll receive after they donate. And I think it makes a huge difference after the day, motivating them to stay connected with your organization and feel like they were properly thanked. So you're definitely going to want to customize this thank you message, which your donors do receive immediately after they make a gift. And again, this doesn't come from GiveGab or ILGive or Forefront. This comes from you. This comes from whoever you set as the contact person from your organization. So it really is a personal, automatic thank you message that also acts as a tax-deductible receipt as well. So there's some or EIN, the donation date, and the donation amount. It's all listed on here. So you can add a photo or a video, custom text to really customize it. And then down at the bottom, you'll see there's some helpful information like being able to share out that they've donated on Facebook or Twitter. It encourages them, if you have the peer-to-peer fundraising features enabled, they can start their own personal fundraising page for your organization by clicking that button. And then they'll automatically be able to set up a fundraising page and fundraise for your behalf on ILGive. And then there's that receipt down there which has some detailed information about the giving day, about their donation. So it really is a great way to immediately thank those donors and delight them for participating in ILGive. So you really want to complete this section so that from beginning to end, from when that donor first visits your profile to the moment after they've made their gift, they really feel connected to what they gave to. Because this will actually help your organization going forward on future giving days and all future appeals you might have coming up, because that donor is going to have a really positive and easy experience. And that's going to make it easier for you to ask again in the future because they know that they can trust you and that they had a really positive experience on ILGive. So once you've gone through all of those steps to pretty up your profile, you're going to want to take a look and make sure it looks exactly how you want it to. And you can do that by clicking the View Your Page link on the right-hand side of your Giving Day dashboard on GiveGab. or you can copy that link from that bar right there and paste it in, and that will be the link that you're going to share out with your supporters to donate during ILGive. And then once you do, you're just going to want to go through that checklist, make sure you have a logo, make sure you have a really fantastic cover photo that speaks to your organization, your mission, and your story, highlighting your donors' impact through those specific giving levels with a unique story connected to those, highlighting the specific goals that your donors can help you achieve through really clear calls to action. This is a great way to go through your profile, make sure you've covered all of these bases so that you're really confident in the profile that you're sharing out with people leading up to and on ILGive. And now for probably my favorite part of today's presentation is to highlight all of the amazing profiles, or some of the amazing profiles. There are too many and not enough time in today's webinar, but just some of the awesome profiles that are already up and running on ILGive.com that I want to highlight and show off some really easy ways that you can get inspired from these nonprofit all-stars and their ILGive profiles. So the first we have the Zachariah Center for Sexual Abuse. They have a really powerful profile with really unique donation levels that speak to their cause and are really personally motivating, especially for this specific organization's mission. They also have a fantastic cover photo that's super simple but really inspiring. So you can see that logo is right up at the top left corner above that cover photo. So it is really important that those two kind of connect. So make sure you preview your profile so this looks exactly how you want it to. And then you can see they featured a video with a little explanation on the bottom. They have a match, which is a great way to motivate donors, as well as some fundraising champions, those peer-to-peer fundraisers who are going to fundraise on their behalf. So this is an awesome ILGive profile that I think is going to capture a lot of people's attention on the big day. So awesome job, Zachariah Center for Sexual Abuse. And then the next organization is Twist Out Cancer. So again, a really fantastic cover photo. It even follows the rule of thirds. So you have that great angle right there in the center. I love it. And they've started adding some really unique donation levels that are super powerful. And then again, on their profile, they have a match, they have fundraisers, they have a video, but then they have not only an explanation of that video, but they also have a volunteer opportunity you can do through GiveGab and feature on your ILGive profile. You have volunteer opportunities you want to promote leading up to the day and on ILGive. So there's an opportunity here, which is super awesome, and it's just another way that potential supporters can connect with this organization on ILGive. The next organization we're going to feature is a Sebrin, sorry if I said that wrong, Goodman Teen Institute. And they've really branded their Giving Tuesday campaign. So you can see they've updated this cover photo to actually tie together with their organization's logo. So they have those colors, and you can find so many of these resources first in your ILGive Nonprofit Toolkit in that download section. There are so many different tools, from ILGive logos to different social share images you can utilize. Or you can go to the Giving official website, and they have so many different graphics that are really easy to customize. I'm telling you, if you don't use Canva yet, it will be your best friend. It's super easy to use, and it's actually free for nonprofits. And this is something you could really easily do in Canva. So they've personalized it. They've made it about their organization. They've branded it with their colors. And then again, they've added photos to those donation levels, lots of people. I love seeing people on profile pages because I connect with people. And then here they have some different fundraising campaigns. So this is another feature that you can utilize on GiveGab and for ILGive. So maybe you have some specific programs you want to highlight, or you're planning on continuing your fundraising after ILGive through the end of the year for a specific appeal, or that, that end of year giving. So here you can feature some other options for your supporters to donate to and learn more from. And again, that is optional, but they decided to add them, and I think their profile looks really great with all those different options. Here's another awesome profile. I love this cover photo, and I love how it all syncs with their logo and those donation levels. I'm seeing so much red. So even with all that ILGive branding, the city or Chicago branding really stands out, so that I can connect back wherever I originally saw if I clicked on their a Facebook link or through an email. I know this is definitely the City Year Chicago's page. So great photos, really specific and unique donation levels, so 55, 275, 500, 10,000. Those are really specific numbers to this organization, which can do a lot of good in helping your supporters connect with that impact. And you can see here they've used different formatting options, which I love. So they have links to their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram. They've bolded some of those key questions so that people know they can flow through it that way. They've broken it down with paragraphs. And then again, they've ended this appeal with a call to action. Your support makes it all possible. We can't do it without you. And then that donate button right here. They also had an additional fundraising campaign as well as a peer-to-peer fundraiser. So awesome job, City Year Chicago. There's just so many good profiles. I really can't get enough. Here we have Casa Central. Again, just an awesome cover photo, amazing donation levels, super specific. And again, keep in mind with donation levels, if you're unsure where to start, maybe you don't want to set them too low or too high. So we do recommend about 4 to 5. So between that second and third donation level, that's where you're going to want to think about what your average median gift size is, or what you hope your average median gift size will be on Giving Tuesday. And if you participated in ILGive in the past, you can actually look at your donation reports from ILGive Community or ILGive 2016 and see what that average median gift size was for you last year. And that will help you determine where to put those middle donation levels, because we find that that's typically the sweet spot for donors. As they're looking to these levels, maybe the first one seems a little too stingy and the last one seems a little bit out of their capacity. But in the middle, they really feel comfortable selecting one of those levels. So that's just something to think about as you're setting up these levels. And then lastly, we have the Chicago Child Care Society. So they got really specific with their donation levels, as well as adding those photos. Here we have a warm bed for a displaced child with a literal picture of a bed, as well as pictures of the actual children and the people being served. So really powerful photos that connects immediately to the work that they do, which is just so fantastic and really motivates me as a donor to learn more about that and how I can make a difference. All right, so just some key takeaways before we answer some questions and go over some next steps. Using a captivating cover photo and images throughout your story are a great way to help attract potential donors. So pictures really do tell 1,000 words, and when you're looking at these photos, or if the donor's coming to your profile, the first things you're going to see are those photos. That's probably what they're going to appeal to the most, especially if they're in a hurry or aren't really reading through all of the details. So if you can, utilizing some photos to highlight your mission in action, or even if they're stock photos or little things that you create on Canva or in your own photo editing tools, that can really bring a lot of attention to what you're trying to achieve on ILGive. So making sure to use photos, images, videos to attract those potential donors. And then making sure that your unique story is really easy for them to understand. So if you have a lot going on at your organization this time of year, you're not sure what to focus this on, try to keep it on maybe one specific thing that really drives home and makes it very easy for your supporters to know what your goals are and how they can help you achieve them. Utilizing donation levels in your story to do that is a great way to make your donors feel really invested in your cause and sure that their donation is going where they believe it's going towards, and that their donation is essentially going to make a difference. And then making sure to customize that thank you message so your donors are instantly delighted from the beginning of this process till the very end. And have fun with this as much as you can. I think building your profile is probably the most fun about participating in a Giving Day. One of the most fun things. There's lots of fun things. But it really is where you can highlight your organization's own branding, your photos, bring that all to life so that when you're sharing out this page, it's something you're really proud to encourage your supporters to take a look at, learn more about, and share with everyone who cares about your cause and who might not know about your organization but potentially could learn about your cause for ILGive. So have fun with this, and make sure to keep those goals in mind as well so that from beginning to end this is as easy as possible for your donors. So if you have any questions for the GiveGab team about ILGive, about Giving Tuesday, about GiveGab, you probably have seen that little blue chat bubble on the bottom right corner of your screen. I love chatting with all of you and helping you build these profiles and making sure that you're all set before the big day. So please reach out to us if you have any questions, if you're having trouble accessing this profile to edit it. If you haven't registered yet and you're having trouble registering, please reach out to us so that we can make sure to get you set up before that deadline. And again, we're really happy to chat with you about whatever you need, whether it's technical support or just for someone to take a look at your profile. You know, you've added some donation levels, but you're not really sure if they're right. We love actually looking at your profiles because 10 times out of 10 they look pretty awesome. And again, we're always happy to help in whatever way we can. And we are available 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard Time. And during that time, we do typically reply in under 5 minutes. However, if you do write in after hours, you can always visit our help center at support.givegab.com, which has a ton of best practices, how-to articles, lots of things to make getting ready for this profile getting ready for ILGive as easy as possible for you and your Giving Day team. And again, we will always get back to you the next business day if we're not around. Just some quick things to keep in mind. Of the top 50 fundraisers for ILGive 2016, most announced their campaign about 2 to 4 weeks ahead of Giving Tuesday. So that's now. We are in the sweet spot for ILGive announcements. So if you haven't announced your ILGive on Giving Tuesday campaign yet, make sure you have some communication scheduled to go out in the next few weeks. We are I think we're almost just about a month away from ILGive on Giving Tuesday. So this is really when you're going to want to focus on this campaign and get it ready to start sharing out with your supporters so they know what you're trying to achieve on Giving Tuesday and they know how they can help you achieve it. The most successful fundraisers also posted an average of 10 Facebook posts and sent an average of 6 tweets. So just something to keep in mind. We see that the highest turnover rate for people visiting the site is absolutely through Facebook. So if you're not sure which platform to use, maybe you don't have a whole team to utilize every different social media platform, that is A-OK. I would absolutely encourage you to utilize Facebook as the top social media platform because that is how most people are going to engage with you and learn more about ILGive. So definitely focus on that if you can. And then of course, making sure to send out between 3 and 4 emails on Giving Tuesday or ILGive itself. So you can kind of break the rules of standard communication on ILGive on Giving Tuesday. Maybe you have an email that goes out right at midnight. Maybe you check in again early in the morning, keep up with your progress, and then you have a half-day email, or after you reach your first goal, you want to announce your reach goal. And then at the end of the day, just summarizing your success or thanking your supporters for participating and donating to your organization on ILGive. So some next steps. Please make sure if you have not registered for ILGive 2017 that you do so by today. That's super important, so you definitely want to make sure and register for ILGive if you have not done so already. Again, if you're having trouble accessing that page or someone who registered last year is no longer with your organization, please reach out to us so we can make sure to get you set up before that deadline. Also make sure to like and follow ILGive on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They've been doing amazing things. They share awesome posts. I know I follow ILGive on all of these platforms and I love it. So make sure to follow them on everything you possibly can to stay in the loop, especially on ILGive on Giving Tuesday when that hashtag ILGive will be featured on the tag board and you'll see everyone's different posts featured on ILGive.com, which is one of my favorite parts about the Giving Day. Make sure to also watch your inbox for important emails about ILGive. You've been getting those pretty regularly, but if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us so we can put you in touch with the right people and get you set up for the big day. And a great way to do that is also to check out the ILGive Nonprofit Toolkit. If you're a little bit stressed out when I brought up that ILGive is about a month away, please do not be stressed. We have lots of resources available to you to make getting ready for this day as easy as possible. From email templates to sample social media posts to everything in between. It's all in your nonprofit toolkit, and it's all available for you right now. So go check it out if you haven't done so already, especially those ILGive downloads, which are a great way to promote the day. You don't even have to do anything. You can just download them, put them into Facebook, put them in an email, and they're already good to go. And then lastly, make sure to sign up for some upcoming ILGive training sessions. We still have a few left. I think we only have 2 left actually. So the final steps to success for ILGive is a great one. If you want to wrap up your entire campaign, go through everything that you've done, check off all the boxes to make sure that your profile is good, your goals are all set, you have a communication strategy, really to make you feel as confident as possible in your ILGive campaign this year. And that is on Tuesday, November 7th from 1 to 2 p.m. So please sign up for that if you're interested. We also have available, you may have seen on your ILGive trainings page, there are lots of pre-recorded training videos for you to watch at your convenience. And all of those are between about 15 and 25 minutes long, some less. And they're really quick updates for you to go through this process and get ready for the day. All right, I think we can open it up to any questions. Let's see. Someone asked if there's a final indicator that your organization has completed all the requirements and is set up and ready to go. That's an awesome question. So I'm going to pop back over, let me see, to this slide here. Hold on just a minute. So here you'll see those green check boxes on your profile, and when you see those green check boxes, you will know that your profile is ready to go and share. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I lost audio. Sorry for the pauses. So here you can see that your profile is ready, and this last section on the bottom, Add Fundraisers, is optional but super encouraged. We find that on average, peer-to-peer fundraisers can help nonprofits receive about an average of 4 new donors per peer-to-peer fundraiser. As well, it's also a great way to actually just raise more because you're sharing that page out with a new network of people. And we do find that those that recruit those peer-to-peer fundraisers do raise about 2 times more than organizations who do not have peer-to-peer fundraisers. So once you have all those check boxes, and you don't have to have fundraisers, but it is encouraged, you'll know that your profile is ready to go. And really all you have to do is look at your page, make sure it is something that you're confident in sharing out with people for ILGive. And as soon as that profile is exactly how you want it to be, then it is ready. And if you're not sure, please use that little blue chat bubble, and a member of our team is happy to look at that profile for you and make sure that you're good to go for ILGive. Someone asked if they set up their profile a while ago and they're not sure where to go to find their story, etc. So if you hit the login button on ILGive.com, it will automatically take you to this Giving Day dashboard. So only changes made on this page here will be automatically reflected on your ILGive profile. You can also get to it by logging into GiveGab, and from your admin dashboard, clicking on that Giving Days prompt and following through to your ILGive 2017 dashboard. We also have some support articles if you're still having trouble finding it, or you can reach out to us via chat, and we're happy to help you find that page. As someone said, if the bank information is the same as it was last year, do they need to update it? Nope. If your bank account information is all set, you've added it last year, it's still the same bank account, it's still ready to go, you don't have to do anything. And if you do have an updated bank account for this year, please reach out to us via chat, and we can update that for you on our end to make sure that you're ready to go to accept donations for ILGive. So you want to make sure that you have that verified checking account to receive direct deposit transfers of all of your donations that you receive through your ILGive profile. And you'll receive those donations within 24 to 48 hours, or 1 to 2 business days after those donations come in. You'll see them right into your bank account. And if anything funky happens, or if that information is not correct, we'll reach out to you to make sure that you can get those donations as quickly as possible. All right. I think that's all the questions I see. But again, if you do...
Bridget, I have a couple more.
Oh, yeah.
we had a question that was, what is the deadline to complete their profiles?
That is a great question. So we would recommend having your profile ready to go as soon as possible, usually definitely before ILGive on Giving Tuesday. You will be able to make changes to that profile up until the event. However, once you start sharing that page out with people, which is hopefully a little bit before ILGive, you want to make sure you have all of those elements complete so that regardless of when donations are on for ILGive, people can still see that completed profile. So there's no set deadline, though we would encourage you to get them done sooner rather than later.
Excellent. There was also a question asking if there would be a spring giving day. So for those of you that might not know, ILGive is actually a year-round campaign. ILGive for Giving Tuesday is the date that we're focused on right now. We do anticipate having another spring campaign, partnering very closely with community foundations across the state, but we'll turn our attention to that after the new year. That's all the questions I had on my hand. Is there anyone else that has a question? Feel free to type it into the chat box in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. All right, excellent. So I'm not seeing any other questions popping up right now. If you do continue to have questions, as Bridget mentioned, please feel free to use the blue chat bubble in the lower right-hand corner on your ILGive page. We hope that everybody enjoyed today's webinar and will join us for more learning opportunities. You can see what's coming up on our website at myforefront.org. Also, for training related specifically to ILGive, visit ILGive.com. Thanks again, everyone. We'll have the recording posted in a couple of days.